to the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Condors and the Steelers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Coming up, divisional round Saturday, we've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Condors of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility
The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got this down to the 35. Last week in the wild card win, he had 7 catches. That's his first one here.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Condors are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets to start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 30. The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland.
There he goes, right side. He may go. And down to the 7-yard line. 62 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Operating from the gun, Scott. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Well, a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Rio offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Scott. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Scott. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 54 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now back to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a 1st down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To throw is Scott. Off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken at around the 40. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2nd and 6.
17-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball. Those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? It feels that way anyway. But it's a one-shot deal like the NFL. That's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
It seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Sherman down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Scott. And he's got his man on the out route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pickens going in motion left. They're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Scott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on third down as a real key down in any drive, any situation. And they took full advantage of third down there and made a play.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
At the 31-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris, and he stopped immediately there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here they go with Godfrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. On the ground, Godfrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the...
The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Godfrey on the carry. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 25. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll keep it on the ground. Godfrey, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And the Rio de Janeiro first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Condors have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Scott throwing on first down. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sherman. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Up the middle they go. It's Sherman. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off it. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken right about the 40. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Scott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Sherman, 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. This 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sherman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Scott. And that is incomplete. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 3. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. To throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon God.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Scott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
The give to Taylor. The 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 41 yards. And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football well will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Condors continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. And the Steelers set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down now, it's Sherman. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Sherman. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. On third down, Caldwell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And the Rio de Janeiro first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find Taylor downfield. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Second down and 4. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Flush. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Condors' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Scott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Scott
Completes this one to Pickens.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Sherman.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Now Scott to throw on 2nd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Off the play fake. Scott. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again.
They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. On 3rd down, Caldwell. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
It's now 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They come up short here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Scott now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Scott.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a couple.
At the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Scott.
And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. Scott. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Scott.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Scott. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Rio offense about to set up shop once again. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up without another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
2nd and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards. First down, Condors.
On first down, Godfrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Caldwell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now out come the Steelers.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
On 2nd down now, Holiday.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
As a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here's Scott on 1st and 10. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This one complete to Lacy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Scott. Slant route, and he's got Fryermuth. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Scott firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. To throw is Scott. Throwing on 1st down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Caldwell. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Caldwell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? They'll look to throw here. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And that's off the right upright. And it bounces away, no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
So now the Steelers down by 11. 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. This crowd has stayed with them throughout, but they need 2 late scores to advance in these playoffs as they've got a 1st down. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 7.
Operating from the gun, Scott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Scott on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Here we go. First and goal.
Looking to throw. Scott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now Scott looking to throw on second down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
They'll keep it on the ground. Caldwell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL.